I am back with X-Men 108 through 111. Here is perhaps one of the most important X-Men Bronze books with the debut of John Byrne as the artist. This one here has a pretty bad looking miswrap, quite common with issue 108. Definitely something that kind of gnaw at me, but I'm okay with it. It's not. If I can find a better copy, one of these days I would replace it. But it's not bad. At least I have a raw copy to enjoy, and I still look through it quite often. This is a pretty nice copy. The only problem with this copy is there's a finger smudge right there. Otherwise it's a pretty decent copy, and it has the beautiful John Byrne art inside. Just simply gorgeous. And I have to say, one of the things that I liked about this issue is the costume that Wolverine had. It's pretty neat. He only wore this one last issue and this one, but I think it's pretty cool. I wish he wore that more often. And so there is 108. If you look at 109, you'll notice that the serial number or the certification number is sequential to the 108. Basically, all these books were submitted to a CGC for grading together, so that's why they had the sequential certification number. The 109 is gorgeous, perfectly centered, about as good as it can be. I'm not a big stickler on getting 9.8 or higher number. 9.6 is good enough sometimes. One neat thing about this issue is back in the early days of collecting, back in 1983, the summer of 1983, I went to my very first convention in Albany, New York. That's where I was. That's where I grew up. I went to high school and middle school there, and there was a small convention at the Holiday Inn. It was not crowded, and the guest there was John Byrne. I remember going there, and to my surprise, there was no lines to see him. He was just sitting there drinking coffee and doodling something on a piece of paper. And to this day, I kind of regret not asking him to do a sketch for me. It was free. He was just sitting there. Nobody was talking to him, and little old me was there. And so what I did when I saw that he was free and I can get him to do something for me, I kind of went around and trying to find the best book for him to sign. This was my first convention, so I had no idea what to do, but I was able to buy this copy because it's fairly significant as far as a key issue, and it was in my price range at that time, so I went and bought it, and I went over there and had him sign. He was very nice. I was in high school, so he looked at me and he said, so where do you want to sign? I told him wherever you see fit, because I have no idea. So he advised me that the best place to do it is on the splash page, because he does not want to deface the front cover. And so he did. There you go, John Byrne. It's neat because he doesn't do conventions these days, so the likelihood of getting a book signed by him is slim to none until he changed his mind one of these days. But this is one of my treasure for sure. So that's 109. And then you have, let's see, 110. Pretty looking book, and again, as you can see, the certification number is right there sequentially to the last one. This one is also a very nice looking book. Almost perfect center. All these books were bought years ago. They were subbed together, they were submitted to CCCs together, but I bought them long ago, and they all have nice white page. And last for today is 111. I love this cover. It's a fun cover. A great issue also. Inside, if you have a chance to read it, great story. Another one of the great Dave Cockrum cover. Beautiful. This one is actually 9/8. Real quick before I go, what got me into the X-Men, believe it or not, was in '82 when I ran into this issue. This was the very first book that caught my attention with the X-Men. Collecting back in those days were a lot of fun because for me it was a blank canvas. I had no idea what was cool, what was hot, what's popular. So I bought this book in '82, and right away I fell in love with the team and Dave Cockrum. So it was awesome. And then naturally, as I researched more about the back issue, that's when I learned about John Byrne. What's neat about this issue, the reason why I brought it up, because how it kickstarted my love affair with the X-Men. But this page here, this particular page, let me show you something cool. Back in 2003, I saw this on eBay and was lucky enough to win it. It's the original art for that one page. When I saw it, I thought for sure it would be a neat thing to have, since it's kind of a nostalgia thing to have, for somebody that bought the first X-Men issue, to get some kind of original art. These days, the price of original art is getting crazy, so I have no idea how much it would cost today to get this page, but back then it was fairly inexpensive, so I was fairly lucky to be able to grab this page. What is neat about the original arts of the 80s, I don't own anything from the 70s, so I don't know how things was done, but back in those days, things were drawn, ink, and then all the words, all the text, all the fog balloons was written, cut out, and paste into the panel. So all of this thing you see here are glued into the panel. And you can see some cool effect that they do. For example, you see all these little bubbles, balloon, what you want to call it. It's basically white out that was used. It's kind of neat to see the technique that artists used back then to draw, as well as like here you see this is some kind of print that they cut and paste into this panel because it's cool, and I'm sure it saved them a lot of time instead of having to draw those little lines. But it's a beautiful page, and sadly, as we all know, Dave Cockrum is gone, and so it's nice to have something that considered rare by him. Well, thanks for watching the video, and hopefully I will come back another time with X-Men 112 to maybe 121. Thanks for watching.